Well, good morning, good morning. We are gathering for coffee with Casper. Here comes Casper. We're going to come up this side. Come on this side. Come over here. Here. Come up over here. Wait, careful. We're going to spill stuff. Okay. We don't want to spill that coffee. Come up. Attaboy. Say hi to everybody. There. Hi, Loretta. Good to see you this morning. From Idaho, you guys now. Good to see you. You hear me okay? Everybody here okay? We're gathering for coffee with Casper. Here's the Casper. Here's the coffee. All right. Good morning from Hollywood. We got him on camera. Mountain's over here to the side. He's a little harder to get up. He's getting stiff. Good. McCall, Idaho. Hey, David. Welcome. Everybody. And from Aloha from Hawaii. We love Hawaii. Yay. Aloha. Palm Desert. Candace from Palm Desert. Sherry from Oregon. Nice to see everybody this morning. Good morning, good morning. We got about a minute to go. Casper came up to say hi. We're glad to see everybody this morning. Got everybody getting ready to rock and roll for a Tuesday. What a big day in the United States. We're knowing perfect right action prevails. In fact, that's what we're going to be talking about. That's today's theme. How do we get to that zone? Welcome from Arizona, Reginald from Chino Valley in Arizona. Good to see you this morning. And Mike, hi Mike, is Sherry, you're here. Karen is checking in from somewhere. Hi Karen. Good morning, good morning. Team up, it's 8:30 according to the world of the Mickey Mouse watches. Here we go. Everybody, let's take a deep breath. Maybe one more time. Let it rise into your heart center, sometimes called the heart flame. We're simply going to know that the vibration that we are all creating together today on Coffee with Casper. Hey, from Kentucky, glad to see you. From Eureka, California, nice to see you today. Yay. Reverend Angelica, good to see you. And from Ray in Louisville, Kentucky. All righty. So I want to talk today about the path that leads us to the place where we know that the hand of the divine, or the activity of the divine, or the activity of the perfect intelligence of the energy of the one, or of energy itself, it doesn't matter. As we often have said, God doesn't care what you call it, only cares that you call. And how do we get to that place where we are walking with a trust that every moment we are guided? Of course, what we have often said, and we'll continue to say, and Jesus said thousands of years ago, the key to this is a very simple formula. Ooh, look at that big giant bug. Ooh, where'd he go? The key to this is a very simple formula. And that formula is called ask. Ask and seek and knock. We need to ask the divine. We need to engage the energy of life, the intelligence of life itself. We need to engage that intelligence in order that we then can be confident it's in our lives. Of course, it's in everyone's life, but as we talked about many times before, the I am that I am, this high consciousness of myself, it is revealing itself to me by speaking to me in what the biblical term is in the still small voice. Be still and know. But the knowing is part of this attitude of trust, this attitude of faith that we're talking about, that knows that even in the moments where we feel like, in today's world, we're often chasing our to-do list, right? I got so many things to do, and then, I can't get them all done, and then we feel like, okay, well, I don't have to get them all done. There's tomorrow I could get it done, and that's a perfectly okay, but we then feel like if we don't have a to-do list, we're not worthy, or something is not right. And right now, in this big planetary reboot, there's times where this silence comes along, or this non-activity comes along. Maybe you've noticed it. I certainly have in my own life. There's a point where hey, from Atlanta, there's a point where the to-do list doesn't fulfill us anymore. We say, I've been doing and doing and doing, and then we get it all done, or maybe we got every email checked and every to-do list done, and then nothing is happening. And we think, oh my God, where's the divine? Where's this new activity? Where's this greater good coming from? How is it going to work out in my life that things are going to be okay? And of course, this is what hiya, Brooke. This is what we're looking to get to the place where we have a faith that the moment that we're in right now is just fine, and we are just fine. And that begins, of course, with the right attitude, but it also begins with this asking in the beginning. And again, we can ask in faith believing, meaning the way that I go into it, so here's a great affirmation. We're going to go to a couple of these so we see how they work. I recognize, accept, and experience that which is for my highest good and development. I recognize, accept, and experience that which is for my highest good and development. Now that means that what we're counting on is, in Stephen Covey's famous book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the very first habit is begin with the end in mind. And of course, a lot of times people begin with the end in mind like, well, the end in mind is a material goal. The end in mind is I will have a house, or I will have a car, or I will have a fortune, or I'll have a new job. We're looking for an end in mind in some material way. But if we go up higher, if we go further and look to a deeper and more far-reaching goal, what we know about each of us, and what we often say here on Coffee with Casper, is that we are, and that's why I ask you to share. And by the way, Facebook is not counting anymore, or at least not revealing their count. So when you share it, make sure you click a like or a share or make a comment about the video when you share it, because that way we know it's circulating and circulating. And what we already know by who's already online with us live this morning is that we are reaching all over the world. We've been in Singapore and Africa and the United Kingdom, and of course across the United States, as so many are here with us right now. And the sharing of this and clicking the likes is what we're inviting, because we're hey, from Chicago, we are speaking, that's the Reverend Nick, we are speaking to a group of souls on this broadcast who are what we know are light workers. They're people who have already committed to this deeper idea. So going back, the step one is begin with the end in mind. And when we know that the end in mind is that I came from the light, as the Tibetan Book of the Dead, I came from the light, I put on a coat of skins, and I returned to the light. So we could say I came from the field of intelligence, I put on a coat of skins, this is a coat of skins, incarnate made with meat, a coat of skins, and I will return to the light. So when I left the field of intelligence, I was immersed in intelligence, I was surrounded by intelligence, I am intelligence, and I had an intention when I put on this coat of skins, when I came forth to come into this lifetime right now. And what we have said, and we are talking about, and all light workers from all aspects of the world are talking about it, that this is a dynamic and incredible time in the human condition, because we're reframing from being separated from everyone and everything to recognizing that everyone and everything is interrelated and interconnected, and it is intelligently interrelated and interconnected, and therefore everything can work toward the good. All things, including all souls, they are able to work toward the good. But of course, if you're going to work toward the good, it has to be an unselfish desire to move toward the good. And of course, what we see in the world right now is a tremendous amount of selfishness. Now, two ways of looking at selfishness. One is that if I am taking care of my divine self, and I am asking, seeking, and knocking, I'm inviting the intelligence of life to be in my life, to guide me toward this goal, the big goal, that I set as an intention to come into this life, to learn and to grow and to expand and to become progressively more and more of what God is, which is the I am that I am, is what I am, which is more love, more light, more truth, more wisdom, more harmony, more flow, more abundance, more beauty, right? All of these qualities of the everywhere present good, the omnipresent good, coming into my life so that I may help others come into the good and come into my life. And this is the rebirth of humanity, the rebirth in this reboot, that we realize that everything is connected and everyone is connected, and that wealth is not a material thing. Wealth is a metaphysical thing. It's an interior thing. It's the amount of the qualities of God, the qualities of the One, the qualities of energy itself, which is love and light and truth and beauty and freedom and peace and poise and harmony. All of these words that we know go on forever, and they take on different forms. And they take on that form through you and through me, right? So when we begin to see the more love that we have, meaning the more we can share in that universal love, that Rachma love, the more universal love we share in, the more personal love we have. The more personal love we have, the more our consciousness works for us and brings forth the fruits into our lives. And pretty soon we can let go of worrying about the fruits of our lives. And I know that's hard, and we don't know when that moment is in everybody's life. There's no age point where all of a sudden we notice good and more good is ours and our consciousness is actually working for us. But it does certainly require that you work on your consciousness, and we work on our consciousness by prayer and meditation. By prayer, meditation, right action, and right attitude, yeah? Prayer, meditation, right attitude, right action is building our consciousness. The more we build our consciousness, the more consciousness creates good for us. The more we open to that good, we start looking past physical forms of good into these other forms of good, these energies of belonging, these energies of being connected, these energies of okayness. So in this time right now, sometimes a moment comes when it's just still. And we think, I should be doing something, or I need to make a move, or I have to change. No, sometimes the moment of just still is that perfect moment. So I recognize, accept, and experience that which is for my highest good and development. And sometimes this space where television is not interesting, reading is not interesting, eating is not interesting, and there's just you. Well, this is the time to get used to that silence, because this is the time yourself is nurturing yourself, where this I am consciousness is seeking to speak to you through this what looks like inactivity in a way that has not spoken to you before. It is accepting those moments and not labeling them boredom or wrong, but recognizing, I recognize, accept, and experience that which is for my highest good and development. And sometimes this moment of pause, which is happening to a lot of people, is exactly the right moment, because we're learning how to be comfortable in our own skin, in our own bodies, in our own time, and therefore using this body as an instrument of the activity of the One. And that I came here in the light, from the light, with intelligence, for intelligence, and I need to be guided into those paths that reveal that deepest intelligence to me. And this is the high self talking to the self. The ancient line from the Hindu scriptures, the self shall reveal the self to the self, by the self, through the self. And this happening with you and yourself, this high self and myself, and integrate it, recognizing I'm not a separate little thing out in the world. I am connected to it all, and I am intelligently guided in it all. One of the affirmations I've used for years is I'm guided, guarded, protected, and directed, and led into the paths of perfect right action. So if this I am that I am is leading me, I have to trust that sometimes, if we're in the midst of a project and we're creating, we feel so engaged and so creative and so involved in it, and we feel like the divine really is leading me, or I'm working in this creative way that is so inspired. And sometimes it's just the silence and you. And sometimes there's nothing in the world that you need except to get comfortable in that silence. You don't need to eat, you don't need to drink, you don't need food, you don't need TV, you don't need books. You just need to allow this silence, this apparent nothingness, to be your something in the moment, knowing that you're guided, guarded, protected, directed, and led into the paths of perfect right action. And sometimes that path is just getting comfortable in the doing of nothing and being present. Doing of nothing and being present. It can be an extremely powerful moment. And in the human condition, in these busy times, and in our field of responsibilities, they don't always come, but they may come. And that's another moment, just like I see what mine is to do one step at a time. Today I have to go to the market. Today I have to make sure we have dog food. Today I have to make sure the banking is done. Whatever the chores are, today I have to take care of a project. Today I have to write a letter. Today I have a list of to-do lists. Okay. And then in between, there's you. Not just the doing, the being. Yeah? So we're wanting to get to a place where we are truly knowing that I'm guided, guarded, protected, and directed, meaning I'm going to be okay. No matter what it looks like, I'm going to be okay because I'm being guided. And this is the moment now. So if you're in a change of your life, hi Judy, welcome from Pasadena area, I believe. If you're in a change of your life, that's okay. A lot of people are in a change for their life. Some people are struggling with the work environment and not knowing exactly how they're going to move forward. But there is only today, and today will be sufficient unto itself if we continue to do that which is the one step that's in front of us, including, as we've been saying, if in a particular day or series of days, there doesn't seem to be anything in front of you. Because then that no thing that's in front of you is the perfect right action. It's exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you're wrestling with God in those moments, meaning you're not sure that you shouldn't be doing something, or you're not sure that something's not wrong, or that you've dropped a ball, sometimes it's like, I'm just going to breathe. I'm just going to breathe. I'm going to know I'm guided, guarded, protected, directed. I'm going to know, I recognize and accept and experience that which is for my highest good and development. Because that highest good and development is about the fulfillment of your very life purpose, the reason that you came here. Now, any time that you're participating in what is called the eternal verities, in the progressive forward upward spiral of the all good, meaning participating in the qualities of love, and joy, and laughter, and creativity, and beauty, right? Sometimes simply looking at a piece of artwork or enjoying a tree is exactly what's yours to do. And that doing of that is that guiding coming from on high, that you are being fed, that you are being taken care of in this moment. I am being led in the paths of perfect right action. But again, we have to cultivate that attitude of in faith believing by inviting it every day. I am guided, guarded, protected, directed, and led into the paths of perfect right action. I recognize and accept and experience that which is for my highest good, the highest good leading me into a greater good than I've ever known before. And it's this learning that you are always going to be okay. It's rising up to this place, and we would call that faith. We would rise up to this place where we know that that which is the I am that I am, that which is the giver of all life, love, and beauty, is working in me and through me and as me right now in whatever it is that I am doing, in whatever it is that I'm doing. And that's exactly your right place. But it's cultivating that knowing that I am being guided. No matter what it looks like, I am being guided. But again, it begins with, as we often say, don't get out of bed until you can greet the day. Meaning this, it's not just a statement, this is the day the Lord has made. The planet is spinning, and we're on the spinning planet. The sun is staying fixed, and it spins around and comes around. So literally, by means of the planet spinning, you're experiencing a new day. You don't know how to make the planet spin. I don't know how to make this planet spin, but it spins, and it brings forth a new day. So by the law of life, it has brought forth a new day. You didn't bring it to you, it was given unto you. And this is why we have to have that right attitude to align with the gifts of life, so that the gifts of life begin moving to us and through us. And as we work through the challenges of maturing and understanding, moving from knowledge into wisdom, as we move into greater wisdom, we let this wisdom work in us and as us and through us with a lot less struggle. Peace and more peace, joy and more joy, love and more love, abundance and more abundance, ease and grace and more ease and grace. These are all the gifts from on high that are always present, but they require our mental awareness and our seeking into it, our leaning into this moment now as the perfect right moment, and knowing that you are making the right decisions in that perfect right moment because you recognize, accept, and experience that which is for your highest good and development. So tell everybody you know about Coffee with Casper. There's episodes up on YouTube.com. They're all up there. It's on Facebook, my Harry Morgan Moses at Facebook. They're all there. Any one of these lessons, 20 minutes, can help you restore, give you a new thought, give you a fresh inspiration to go out and make today the very best ever. Let's today know that the pendulums are not swinging so far. We're coming together. Humanity is moving forward, and we're releasing through this, all of this chaos that's surfacing, we're releasing that which no longer serves us, and we're coming in to a greater awareness. Hi from Virginia Beach. Hi, Garnet. So I love you. I bless you. Keep doing your work. Stay in the joy of life. Bring yourself back. If you start getting a little confused, that monkey mind, don't go down that rabbit hole. Stay present. Stay focused. And stay aware that you are already chosen to be the perfect right person in this rebooting of humanity toward a greater good and toward a world that works for everyone. I love you. I bless you. Thanks for being with you. Spread the word about Coffee with Casper. We'll be back here next week. We'll see you next Tuesday at 8:30 with Coffee with Casper. Blessings. Until we meet again, I invite you to go in the light, as the light, and with the light. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide you on your way. Namaste. Bye for now.